AI is a huge problem nowadays. It's gonna start taking over. It's only a matter of time until this.
We are autonomous robotic organisms from the planet Cybertron.
Robots making robots. I feel like I'm the only one that recalls that this movie used to exist. You would think someone out there would talk about this movie, given its at least moderate success. I mean, I used to have this movie on DVD. The only time I've seen it talked about is by one of my influences, Shay Frilla's Productions, in his video ranking every Blue Sky movie. Now don't go telling me, oh FilmRon, I know this one YouTuber that made an hour-long analysis about it, and it has an entire community on Reddit that I visit frequently, even while I'm at my sibling's wedding or taking a dookie. Shh. That place is beyond the Pride Lands. We must never go there.
Must never go there, Simba.
Now, I've talked about a certain Blue Sky movie before. It was my first movie review, in fact. Oh, how the times have changed.
Things have changed. I can touch it now.
Since I made that video, Blue Sky Studios has gone defunct. How did that happen? Could it be that Disney bought them out and looked for an excuse to close down their competition? No, they would never do that. It was my video that did them in. Robots was released in 2005 when I was around 8. Like I said, I had it on DVD, so I've seen this movie quite a few times. I guess you could say this movie is nostalgic for me, and now I'm going to criticize it. I'm going to be a nostalgia critic, if you will.
Idiots! Behind you! What?
It was distributed by 20th Century Fox and directed by Chris Wedge, one of the founders of the studio. Who does Robots have in the lead role? Why, it's none other than
General Kenobi.
Now, I can't wait to see what General Kenobi has in store, because as you might know, General Kenobi is racist towards robots. So this will definitely be an interesting affair. And now, this video is sponsored by viewers like you. Thank you. Here is the plot section of this video.
I'm gonna be a dad!
Making the baby's the fun part.
So I guess when they were building Rodney Copperbottom, they forgot to give him
We did want a boy, right? This won't hurt a bit, son.
a man's parts, if you know what I mean, until the last second. I guess that makes Rodney Copperbottom a trans icon. This is 2005, that's a very bold statement. Rodney Copperbottom's goal in life is to become an inventor, but as usual with these kind of plots, most of the stuff he invents kind of doesn't work out. It works, but there's always some sort of catch to it, or it messes up or malfunctions in some sort of way, a la Jimmy Neutron. This was a very common cliche back then. Rodney Copperbottom also creates robotic life. That's pretty insane for an inventor. Is this dishwashing robot supposed to be his son? Because technically you build your offspring, so this robot should be his son, right? Does it count as him inventing a robot, or does it count as him basically reproducing asexually? This is what I'm talking about with robots creating robots. AI creating AI. This movie just serves to normalize the concept, so when it actually happens, we won't be surprised. We'll accept our new robot overlords. I, for one, will never accept our robot overlords. They're gonna have to kill me before I let it happen. I'll never be ruled over by Robin Williams' bot. Big Weld? I mean, maybe. He does like women with big asses like me, so, you know, he has taste. But it's gonna be a hard sell. A hard sell. Look at me thinking about the philosophical implications of creating robot life. What a world we live in. We get to see Big Weld on TV, my favorite character by the way, where we get introduced to him as the most famous inventor in the world. He likes to help out robots by making sure they have parts to keep them alive. But he retires and his company gets taken over by this asshole.
Now, let's get down to the business of sucking.
This asshole wants to make every robot shiny, or else he's gonna recycle them, aka murder.
Now, if we're telling robots that no matter what they're made of, they're fine, how can we expect them to feel crummy enough about themselves to buy our upgrades?
It's really insane to me how, in this movie, the main bad guy's plot is just to murder everybody.
It's either upgrade or the chop shop for you.
And he's like the head of a company, and he kind of gets away with it. It's supposed to be a commentary, I think, on beauty industry and beauty standards. It's ironic because my real life job is working for a beauty company, doing film and stuff like that. But that's enough about me. In pursuit of his dreams, Rodney infiltrates Big Weld's corporate headquarters to try and shoot his shot, but he's shot down by Big Weld's replacement.
Hey, isn't that the guy that fixed Fender's neck?
Yeah, that guy fixes bots.
You don't look that bad.
Hey, everybody. Spare parts!
He gets noticed by the love interest, which is supposed to be the pretty robot. I guess nobody cares about the yellow one, am I right? I think she should have been the actual main love interest instead of the shiny one. I don't know, she just comes off to me as more genuine than Cappy.
See you around.
This asshole's name is literally Ratchet, by the way. Oh, and he also has Phineas in his name. That's interesting. Ratchet's mom is Madame Gasket, and her plan is to murder other robots and melt down their flesh. That's pretty fucked up. Meanwhile, Rodney patches up the other robots for free to help them avoid the healthcare nightmare that is the city that they live in. Rodney's lack of greed and willingness to help the poorer robots wins over the heart of Cappy, and they eventually go to Big Weld's mansion. Big Weld has become a recluse, and he's given up on trying to help his fellow robot.
Welcome! This week, I thought you might like to take a look around Big Weld Industry.
He also has a sick design and a sick voice. He's voiced by Mel Brooks. Genius. Just straight genius, honestly. I think this is really good casting. Mel Brooks' voice, it really works for this big, rotund, older gentleman of a character.
Inside of you is a fashion model just waiting to throw up.
Speaking of voice actors, let's talk about Fender. He's voiced by the late Robin Williams. Now, I know Robin Williams is considered a legend. He has all the respect in the world from me. But I do not think he fit this movie. I mean, Fender's character was pretty lame. I think Fender's character is probably the worst part of this movie. He does literally nothing throughout the entire thing. None of his jokes land, and it seems like he's just there just for comic relief, basically. It's kind of like he's Donkey from Shrek, or the genie from Aladdin, stuff like that, but here it just falls flat. None of his jokes land for me, especially the one at the end where he does the Britney Spears thing. To me, that was just peak cringe. Even when I saw it as a kid, this was still cringe. I did not think it was funny. What I did think was funny was this.
Oh, the dame with the sweet keister.
What?
I don't know. Big guy and black women with a large...
Well, then why is she called Aunt Fanny?
Couldn't call her Aunt Booty.
I'm Rodney Big Bottom.
Shake it, shake it, shake it. Oh, shake it to the back. Shake it, shake it, shake it. You boys.
I'm alive and loud, and I'm full of joy.
That's just showing too much booty.
Big Weld liking women with big asses, I get that. But yeah, this is good comedy. Not this. This is just... I don't know. What the fuck. After the Britney Spears bit, Ratchet gets hanged and his mother dies. That's a satisfying conclusion. Big Weld takes control of his company and fires Ratchet, and they end the movie with a musical number.
It's a fusion of jazz and funk. It's called junk.
Which, again, it feels like they're taking something from Shrek, but they're not doing it as well. But this is an okay musical number. I'll give it that. It's not bad, but still, it still feels very early 2000s Shrek derivative. But hey, I get it. When this movie came out, Blue Sky was still a relatively new studio. They were trying to play it safe a little bit, and overall, it was pretty funny with a decent commentary on how greed just rules the healthcare system and leaves people in the dust, just like these robots.
We can't afford upgrades!
These big manufacturers, we'll call them the pharmaceutical or clothing companies. They only care about profit and not helping people that are literally falling apart. I don't think they're as cartoonishly bad as we're actually killing them and then reselling them to the other people that we don't kill. It's not that bad in real life, but this works as a decent cautionary tale against corporate scumbags in the healthcare system and beauty industry. I'm glad that this movie made enough money to keep Blue Sky Studios running, at least for a little while, until they got really shitty and then bought out. Let me know what you think about this movie in the comments below. I really need people to comment on my videos so I can get the engagement. I hate doing this, but I'm gonna beg for some comments. I need engagement on my videos so they can do well. So if you're a fan of this channel, or if you'd like enjoyed this video even a little bit, please leave a like and a comment, and I'll probably reply to it. So that'll be cool. You want to talk to me, don't you? No? Well, just leave a comment anyway. Or else. That's pretty much it. I'll talk to you next time. My next review should be coming out soon. It's gonna be on Rogue One, a Star Wars story. So look out for that. That's it for this video. Drink some water. Have a good one.